Today we'll be going over the brand new AR that dropped in the Season 5 Battle Pass on Tier 14, which is the EM2. Today I'll be talking about it, if it's worth grinding to this tier to unlock it as fast as possible, or just in general if it's a good weapon for high rounding on zombies, or maybe even going for Dark Ether on it. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers and we're super close to hitting 26,000, so thank you all so much in advance. And also be sure to drop a like on the video, as that does really help out the video itself and the YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So as always, I'm gonna first play for you what this weapon sounds like without being pack-a-punched, and then after it being pack-a-punched. Now I hopped into my first game with this weapon onto Mauerder Toten without any attachments, first time using this weapon, and off the bat I'll be honest, I think this weapon really relies on attachments to make it good. Now obviously this is a pretty normal thing for most weapons to do, but I found that using this weapon on higher rounds with no attachments, as I felt like continue it as long as possible, in the high 30s it started to drop off, and even when I went to re-roll the attachments on this weapon, it still didn't really live up to the standard that I was told by people that this weapon was actually pretty good on high rounds. Now one cool thing about this weapon is that the camo coverage on it is amazing. The pack-a-punch camos, even when you look at Dark Ether or DM Ultra or any of the other camos in general, they cover the weapon in a very nice way. The scope that the weapon comes with, which is just kind of its iron sight in a way you could call it, is actually not the worst, and definitely nice if you're planning to go for critical kills to get Dark Ether unlocked. Now going back onto this weapon and the amount of damage it dealt on higher rounds with no attachments, you do really need to purchase an ammo mod, and currently the best ammo mod in game is Shatterblast. And honestly, with Shatterblast it did prove to be a good weapon just because the Shatterblast itself was doing most of the work, but aside from obviously whenever the Shatterblast activates and then it can't activate, the EM2 was kind of reliable sometimes to continue on its own, but it was very difficult to get up to like round 55 or something like that with only using this AR by its own. Now this weapon also does have very good control over it, so like for example going back to the critical kills, I don't really find any issue with that. It's just the main issue that I have with this weapon, and I feel like it's just me, and I know that there will be people that have obviously different opinions and probably do enjoy using this weapon, is just its damage. It drops off very fast and it just feels like a more disappointing AR, as currently I'd say a really good AR in Cold War Zombies to me is either the Farah or the AK-47. I'd say somewhere around there, and this one just falls to be kind of average. Looking at its damage real quick, it does seem to have the similar firepower to a Groza. Now the ammo on it seems to be pretty low, and everything else just seems to be below what is 50%, but that seems to be a running theme throughout most of the ARs in this game. Now if you look back on the C58 from last season, this honestly does feel like something close to it, and in general the stats on the EM2 seem to be the lowest, kind of the lowest throughout all of the ARs, which is something I don't really look at, but when I find a weapon that I just try to enjoy as much as I can, but I can't, I will look at other stuff and try to make up an excuse why it's good. The fire rate on it is okay as well. It just in general, I do love the camo coverage and I will go for Dark Ether on it, and I do also like the sound of it, which is a very small thing, and I do really like the optic that is built into the weapon itself. And one of the big questions to answer, is this weapon worth unlocking? Honestly, I think it is. Obviously it's an AR, but it's not one like for example the Tech 9 where you have to unlock specific attachments and you need to grind out to level 46 to get the weapon fully automatic. Yes, I did mention that this weapon does rely on the attachments itself, but if you just progress through the weapon and just put on whatever you unlock, this weapon will be reliable in some kind of way up until certain rounds. I can't kind of assure you for this to be the brand new meta. I think the weapon that is still currently the best in this game and will remain the best is currently the AMP63, just in front of the Gallo and the Howler, and even like I'd say the PPSH is pretty good. But the EM2, it's nothing crazy. It's on round 14, it's free, you might as well go for it, go for Dark Ether, unlock it and see for yourself, because my short review might be a bit different from what you will experience with this weapon yourself. So hopefully I did kind of give you a bare understanding of what my opinion about this weapon is. I went up to round 55, it was just very average with no attachments. Obviously I haven't fully maxed out this weapon. I also made a review on the brand new Tech 9 submachine gun, which I will link down in the description, and also I'm doing a giveaway of the battle pass shortly after this video goes live on our Discord server. So if you want to join that giveaway, be sure to join our Discord server, first link of the description. Without further ado guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.